We'll start it. Oh, never mind.
Imagine you are sitting in your 8 a.m. morning lecture. You are tired, and you don't want to listen to the professor. Did you eat breakfast this morning? That might be a question you might want to consider. The last time you had eaten was 11 last night, studying, and you had ramen noodles, so that wasn't very fulfilling. This morning, you woke up at 7:45 in the morning, and you barely had time to get dressed, let alone walk to class. So, maybe you want to eat breakfast the next morning. Hi, I'm Shelley Palmer, and I am a student at Iowa State University, and I just finished my freshman year in diet and exercise. I learned that it is difficult to eat a well-balanced diet while eating at the dining center because everything is out for you, but you don't know what was put into it. Eating a well-balanced diet in college can affect your whole life, so it is important to make those good choices now that you can carry on throughout your life. Your physical and mental health are both affected by what you eat. So, an overweight person has a higher risk of type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and hypertension, which is high blood pressure. You could be overweight because you eat more saturated fat or highly processed foods, which have added sugar or added sodium that are not very good for your body, says the American Institute of Health. All of these conditions can be prevented by eating a well-balanced diet at each meal. It can also lead to depression, where you may not want to go out of your room or go to class or even chat with your friends, which is not very fun in college because you want to be out and enjoy the time you have. As the Obesity Action webpage says, food affects your concentration, your energy level, and your memory. These three components, as you can probably imagine, are very important while in college. You want to concentrate on your professor's lecture, and you want energy to actually go to class, let alone listen and take notes. And finally, memory is also important because when you're studying, you want to remember what you're studying and what the professor says, so when you get to the exam, you don't blank out. There are several ways to help you eat a well-balanced diet. This includes eating foods from all 5 food groups, which I will talk about later. The typical college student diet may have highly processed foods, such as your frozen meals or frozen pizzas, ramen noodles, coffee drinks with lots of added sugar in them, but there are ways to go around that. So when purchasing a snack food, although purchasing a snack food may be convenient for you while going to class, it may also be making you perform more poorly in the classroom. Today we have access to all different kinds of foods, and not all of them are healthy. So maybe you want to think about what is going to make me concentrate on the material I'm learning best. The book Food Politics suggests drinking more 100% juices or water or milk rather than your coffee, pop, sodas, and it has a chart showing that your orange juice has 168 calories and lots of natural vitamins and minerals, where your pop has 160 calories but lots of sugar and no added vitamins or minerals. So, as I said before, my poster, which has the 5 different food groups, this is also known as the My Plate chart that is commonly seen in school. There's also one for college now, it's My Plate College, shows the different 5 food groups that you should make sure you have on your plate at each meal. So these are the recommendations for your age, for college and high school students. So fruit, you want 1.5 cups at every meal. Vegetables, 2.5 cups. Your grains, 6 to 8 ounces, and they recommend getting more whole grains than refined grains. So you want like whole grain bread or whole grain pasta. They may not taste the best or you don't like them, but you should encourage yourself to eat them or make yourself like them. Protein, 5.5 to 6.5 ounces. It just depends on your gender and age on how much protein you get. This can be like beans, legumes, meat, whatever you want for your protein. And finally, dairy, which should equal about 3 cups at each meal. So you could have milk, cheese, yogurt, ice cream would also count as dairy. I'm sure you've heard this before. You are what you eat. This was said by Victor Lindlar. This means that the foods you eat directly impact your energy level and how you act in the classroom. So why not choose the best for your body? You want to live a long life, right? The frozen meals that we sometimes eat, canned soups, coffee drinks, energy drinks, may have the added ingredients that you don't want going through your body. The book Read It Before You Eat It is a great guide that shows how to read a food label, which can be very confusing at times because they're all a little different and all have different tricks to them. But I just read an article that they're changing them up so they'll be more direct and easier for the public to read. So this suggests that you check out the servings per container of your packaged food and maybe the ingredients list. I looked at one thing this weekend, and the first ingredient was high fructose corn syrup, and I thought that was not very good for the body, so that's important to check out your food labels. We have created ourselves a vicious circle of unhealthy eating, but there are a couple ways to fix this and make our bodies the best they can be. The book Hungry for Change states the top 10 nutritional tips, and I'll share a few of them with you. The number 1 tip is eat as nature intended. So eat more fresh fruits and vegetables and less of the processed refined foods. The second one, read the labels before you purchase the product, as I stated before. At Iowa State, we have nutrition labels above each of our food groups at our dining center. So that's something nice you can check out. I sometimes do, but if I'm in a hurry, I don't really have time to look at those. Third, watch your portion sizes. Sometimes what you serve yourself may be much larger than the already portioned plate that is already set out. Fourth, eat in a relaxed state so your body can start digesting the food you just ate. This way you aren't in a hurry, and if you're in a hurry, you may eat more. And 5, get enough sleep, because if you're not well rested, you may not make the healthiest food decisions. These are a few suggestions to help you live a long, healthy lifestyle. Physical activity affects your body as well, not just food. In college, you have no more PE and the team sports are over. But at Iowa State, we have intramural sports, gyms, trails, and other ways to be physically active. Another great way is to walk to class instead of taking the bus or driving. This gives your brain a break from thinking of schoolwork and relaxing a little bit. It is important to develop these healthy habits now so you can use them in the future. So next time when you're looking through the grocery store or convenience store for a quick snack, remember to check the ingredients list. And if it's something you can't pronounce, it might not be good in your body. Also, your shelf lives are getting longer, and think what those do in your body also. They just sit there and don't digest very well. I challenge you next time you eat to find all 5 food groups on your plate